this is where you encourage new readers to come in.
Correct.
New readers come in, it's good for everyone.
Exactly.
Listen, thank you so much for doing this one. I really appreciate this. And
So this trailer you've shot particularly for the book?
yeah, I make trailers for all my books.
Okay.
Kind of helps push it beyond the traditional readers also.
And who shot it?
We had a guy called Karthik and an agency called Sideways.
Okay. Who do book trailers basically?
No, they're a proper ad agency.
agency, okay.
Started by a Cannes Award winning guy from Ogilvy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Whenever you're ready.
Say when, guys.
Guys, we are all starting in say less than 30 seconds. So once the video starts, would request everybody to keep quiet. Media questions will only happen once the live is over, the Facebook live is over, which will give you a cue, which Amish will give you a cue on. Okay?
Correct.
You can just on.
Is my mic working? The odd pause before what I'm doing in this is from the birth of Ram to the kidnapping of Sita.
It's in this.
The first book.
Correct.
Second book is from the birth of Sita,
Sita to the kidnapping of
The third book is from the birth of Ravan to the kidnapping of Sita. So 3 different.
Nice. And then
Fourth book onwards is common.
what happens after that? Of course.
Very nice.
We all know that.
Very nice. No, very nice. Very nice. The book was also very nice. Once again, I'm with the beautiful Alia out here. She's still as beautiful as she was 5 minutes ago. And we are going to speak of Sita, Warrior of Mithila. As you all know, it's the second book of the Ramchandra series, the sequel to Sign of Ikshvaku. And this is a very different perspective on Sita Ma, at least different from what we modern urban Indians are used to. It's truer to her ancient versions. She's a warrior in this, as is obvious from the title and the cover, as you can see out here. So, in this program, what we're going to do is, since we're going to launch the trailer, we're going to show the trailer exclusive only to Alia. You guys don't get to see it right now, sorry.
Special privilege.
Special privilege. But the trailer will be shown to all of you guys at the end of this Facebook Live. I'm going to show the trailer to you and then we'll have a chat. We'll have some question answers between us. And then, of course, then the trailer gets shown to you. So here we go. This is the... it's an apple, which I'm not used to, sorry.
An adopted daughter who trained to be a fierce warrior, ruled as an able prime minister, and was destined to be a goddess.
Shot.
Sita, warrior of Mithila.
Woo!
You like it?
I know you all have not seen it, but I can clap. It's lovely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The model who acted that last shot, in the last shot, sorry, I know I'm teasing you guys will see it at the end. The last shot, the model actually acted out the shot that you see on the cover.
No, as I saw
brilliant.
here right now.
Brilliant.
No, it's lovely. It's so different.
And
It's
she was
lovely.
even the model out there, you know, you could make out he's a fierce warrior. इसके साथ पंगे मत लो.
Yeah,
वो सर फोड़
definitely.
देगी.
मैं तो नहीं जा रही हूँ जंगल में.
Okay, so that's the trailer, and we're going to show you the trailer at the end of the Facebook Live. But now there's a time for a chat between
Yes.
Alia and me. Since I'm the host, I get to ask the first question.
Why? Okay, first
Okay,
let's discuss
okay.
what we're going to be talking
Okay.
about.
Some stuff which I want to know
Yeah.
about the world that I don't know about.
And some stuff that I want to know.
Correct. About stuff that hopefully I can answer. So I don't know the glamour world well. Okay, I'm an author, and before that I was in financial services for 14 years, as drab and boring as they come. So don't laugh when I ask this question.
Okay.
What is this airport look? ये क्या होता है भाई?
Okay, first let's say right now we're going to be bursting all the myths.
Okay.
So I'm going to be asking you question and you can burst my myths.
Okay.
And now you want to know about airport looks,
ये
right?
क्या है?
Airport look is your look when you're going to the airport.
Which is comfortable.
It's comfortable, but it has to be fashionable. Because while you're strutting down the airport, it's almost like you're strutting down the ramp.
Okay.
So why shouldn't you be fashionable? That's all the airport look is about.
It's a little bizarre.
But actually now it's gone to another spectrum altogether. It's no longer airport look. It's coming out of restaurant look. It's going into gym look. It's coming out of house look. It's going into restaurant look. So basically there always has to be a look.
I had my most bizarre experience. Because I don't attend too many pastry parties or anything, but I attended Karan's birthday party. And that was a red carpet thing. I'm not
This
used to
page 3 party is another problem.
Okay.
What do you mean by page 3
Okay,
party?
sorry, I take that back. But I attended this party. It was a red carpet thing. And one of the few times I attended one. And I entered, and this journalist came up with a camera in tow, thrust the mic on my face and said, "Who are you wearing?" I thought maybe her English isn't good or something. So I said, "I'm sure you meant what are you wearing?"
No.
And I said, "I'm wearing a pair of jeans and a jacket." No, I didn't know I'm supposed to answer what designer. I'm an author, yeah. If my trousers and socks match, that's good enough.
That's okay.
Ah. to
But you can be wearing like I wear Topshop or H&M. It doesn't have to be like Dior. It can be anything.
Okay, I have
Basically,
no idea
whoever
what
you're
you are.
wearing, we want to know so that we can put this lip together if we want to.
Ah. Okay, so something I've learned. Your turn.
My turn?
Your turn.
Okay, so I've heard that, at least that's the way I imagine it, that when writers write, they like lock themselves up in a room and they don't talk to anybody, and it's
Grow
like
their beard
grow their beard, and they're very antisocial because once you're writing,
Okay.
and there's something called like a writer's block, and you don't want to reach that block. So tell me, is it true like when you write, are you not like able to socialize? Do you have to put your phone off? Do you have to disconnect? What is it like? I'm sure it's different for everybody, but I want to know from you.
One of the good things about being a writer is you can get away with a lot of shit because you can pretend that I'm this writer type and I'm not gonna do all this, and people expect
So
it.
you use it as an excuse.
Exactly. I'll tell you what I need for my writing. Anyway, I don't really party too. I party too much. I party more with my family and close friends. I don't really go for too many parties. But while writing, what I need, I listen to music while writing. I always need music. It works like a
Okay.
key. So any
That's
genre.
interesting. And
of
do you have
music.
like a special time in the day, like you can only write in the morning or you can only write in the night? Like there are some people who can only make music in the night.
No, I'm normally a morning person. After
Morning.
9:30, 10, my brain stops working. I'm normally asleep by 10:30, 11. Yeah, I'm
Lovely.
boring,
And wake
sorry.
up at?
5:30 normally. I'm a morning guy.
Kuch to seekho. Wow. I would love to wake up at 5:30, but absolutely not. Even if I sleep at 10:30, I'll wake up at 10:30.
My wife works better at night. So there, if she has to do something important, she'll stay up till late. So what happens sometimes is if she has some important work and I have important work, she'll be up till 4 o'clock and she'll be coming back and I'll wake up and so we run into each other.
This is called equality. It's balancing out. Great. Love it.
And I eat a lot of cream biscuits while writing. That always works. Music, cream biscuits. I tend to put on weight while writing. My turn.
Yes.
Okay. This is a question which I had thought of and I thought it will be very apt for you actually. People believe that commercially successful movies cannot have, strong social messages. That you apparently have to choose between the two. I've seen in many of your movies, you've actually managed to balance it out. How do you pick your roles? How do you work this out? I loved your Zindagi.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Again, I feel that, this whole thing of at least now commercial and this is again a big myth because I feel like a good film will be a commercial film.
Right.
And most of the time the film doesn't fail you, the budget fails you. So if it's a good film but you've made it in a strangely large budget, you have to keep that in mind. Because you'll always recover the cost. The commercials is what? How much money it makes at the box office? Do you recover the cost? Do the producers make the money back? Of course you can make the money back.
This sounds like a boardroom presentation.
But it's true. I feel very passionately about this because I feel like there's no such thing as a commercial film. There's a good thing and a bad. There's a good film and a bad film.
I agree.
And commercial success is basically if you make that money back.
True.
That's basically what it is. So it's a different science, but for me, it's a good film. It's not the ye commercial picture hai, ye art picture hai. I just want to do good films. That's it. And good characters.
Good answer. Good answer.
Commercial answer.
Your turn.
My turn.
Commercial and socially relevant.
Yes, and socially relevant. Okay, so I've always wanted to know this, and actually now that I'm sitting next to you, why have you always written about mythology? What is it about mythology that you that gets you so, and you have an interesting take to it as well. It's not just, you're not just stating the facts. You have your own contemporary version of it. So I want to know why does this, because it is very interesting, but what for you makes it so interesting?
As compared to a
say a regular romance or like, an autobiography or something like that. I don't know.
I think mythology actually kind of works like how our traditional masala movies used to be. Everything is in there. Romance hai, tragedy hai, drama hai, wars hai, philosophies bhi hai. So you can actually have fun and you can learn. And one of the things that I have learned in reading so many of our ancient texts, the stories of our gods are really cool, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about my books. I'm saying even in the traditional things, they are really cool. You have a lot of fun reading it. You have
a lot of layers, yeah.
Lot of layers. You learn a lot too. You have fun and you learn a lot. I think I just have fun writing it. I'm lucky that actually people like reading it as well. Otherwise, I'll have to go back to banking, which is a boring job.
No, which is I won't say that. But bankers will be mad. It's a good job, guys.
My turn. Why doesn't Bollywood make mythological films? And if you wanted to play a mythological character, which one would it be?
I'll answer the latter half of your question first.
Okay.
Since we're launching Sita, I think I should play Sita. And I think we should have this book itself where you learn about Sita before she was kidnapped and before she was taken away, because it's so interesting to see how she came into being, the fact that she was a warrior, what all she did. She was a protector, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I would love to play that avatar, especially because I've never played it before in my life. And coming back to mythology, I don't think, I don't know the facts right, but I know that we have tried to touch upon it in various different ways. Maybe not through a full feature film, but definitely through television. And I hear that there will be plans maybe in the future to kind of, have the Ramayana or the Mahabharata. I hear, I'm not sure, but I hear. Not for me, but in the world.
You are letting out too much though.
No, I'm not letting out. I'm just saying maybe, because you're right. There's so much to talk about here, and it can be so amazing.
And it's great fun.
Yeah.
And great fun to read. Your turn.
Okay. Now coming to my next question, since we've spoken about mythology, what I loved about the Shiva trilogy was that it was you really portrayed Lord Shiva in a very, for the lack of a better word, cool way. We've always, and in a very contemporary way. So I want to know, have you done the same thing with Sita Ma? Is she going to be like cool and edgy? And she's lovely, we all know that. But what is the difference that we're going to see in her this time?
The version of Sita Ma that most of us modern urban Indians, think is Sita Ma is actually a 1980s television serial.
Correct.
Okay, which was made by Ramanand Sagarji, and that has defined her in our minds. There are actually more ancient versions of the Ramayana, in which she is actually a warrior.
Correct.
In the Valmiki Ramayana, for example, she's a very tough cookie. Okay, you don't want to mess with her. In the Adbhut Ramayana, which is also written by Valmiki ji, she's a warrior, and guess who kills the elder Ravan in that version?
Who?
Not Lord Ram, it's Sita Ma.
Sita Ma?
She kills Ravan in the Adbhut Ramayana.
Superb.
That was also written by Valmiki ji. So there are these.
So how do you know what is the? You don't know, right? There are different versions, yeah.
But that's the beauty of the Indian way, right? There is no one truth.
There is no one.
All of us have our interpretations of the truth. Sorry to inflict Sanskrit on you. There's this lovely line in the Rig Veda: Ekam Sat Vipra Bhavada Vadanti. Truth is one, but the wise men speak it as many. There are many versions of the truth.
Nice.
And this is the Indian way.
I think it's very relevant for the girls of today. I think they will really connect with the book, and they will like this version, and they like the idea of Sita Ma actually defeating
as a warrior.
Yes.
Since we are speaking on that question, so that subject, this question is relevant to that. There is a criticism on Bollywood that stalking has been normalized, and that even heroes do it. And what are your thoughts on that? Is this something that
just to connect it to a personal experience, I recently did a film called Badrinath Ki Dulhaniya, and there were a lot of questions during our promotions. It's looking like ऐसा लग रहा है कि वरुण आपको stalk कर रहा है, आपको बद्री का character आपको stalk कर रहा है, and we very clearly mentioned in our interviews that he's not stalking her, he is wooing her, and I think it's it's a matter of drawing that line.
Sure.
So we try to portray many things in Bollywood. Sometimes we have to show the fact that stalking does exist, but you have to counter it. कि उसका दंड भी मिलता है, you know, there is a reaction to that. It's not good. And now, because it's the age of information, it's the age of technology, we can speak our minds. I can openly talk about what is wrong and what is not right. And that's what we did during our interviews. We very clearly said that, guys, yes, he's following her, he's wooing her, but please, eve teasing is wrong, stalking is wrong, and that's no way to woo a girl eventually.
Exactly.
And you see that also in the film.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't fall in love with him because he was following her around everywhere. She fell in love with him because he actually behaved like a real man. So as long as you make that connect,
Distinction.
that's what matters.
Fair point. Fair point.
My turn?
I think your turn.
Okay, now I'm very curious to know about this because I felt this always, that somehow, not always, but most of the times, the book and the film, when a book is made into a film, there's something lacking. You know, the book has depth, it has that gravitas. Sometimes the film doesn't really pan out that way. Do you agree? Do you feel like there's a better way to work around making the book as good as the film? Sorry, making the film as good as the book? What do you think about that? And like, talk about maybe one book that was turned into a film that you really, really liked.
I think it's a different medium. Okay, the beauty of a book and the privilege of an author is we kind of just develop the scene. The reader actually fills in his
Own
the colours
imagination.
and imagination inside. So I might describe Lord Shiva exactly the same way in the Shiva trilogy. Everyone else will imagine him differently.
So it's the interpretation process.
Exactly, because when you read a book, you read your own version of the book. And
Correct.
same book read by someone else, they read their own version. But in a movie, that doesn't happen. You see only the director's version. Because the
Because
medium
that's
is
the
such,
interpretation.
Exactly. The medium is such, it doesn't allow space for a viewer's imagination. The second thing is time. Okay.
I mean, a book can go on, and the film has
Exactly.
to
You
be
can
only
spend a
2.5
week,
hours.
10 days. You know, so a rough rule of thumb from what I know, one page on a manuscript converts into 1 minute on screen. So like my books are rough rule of thumb, what I've been told. So so my books are like on average 500, 600 pages. You convert it word for word into a
500 minutes.
it's like a 7-8 hour, that's a human rights violation. You can't release a 7-8 hour long movie. So you have to restrict it because of the nature of the medium. So you lose a lot of the nuances.
Fair enough.
But I think as long as you capture the soul of the book, that's good enough. Yeah, like look at Lord of the Rings. It captured the soul of the book.
Beautifully.
Harry
Harry Potter.
Game of Thrones.
Game
you
of
know,
Thrones,
Songs
yeah.
of Fire and Ice. But they're actually, because it's a
But
series,
the
right?
Game of
That's why I
Thrones
love
also
a
went
series.
away from the book.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
but
that's
the authors
the,
involved.
That's a, yeah. It is also cinematic liberty. So that, and it's beautiful. We love it.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, your turn.
Now my turn. Oh yeah, this is a good one. One of the challenges of doing a book promotion, I'm 42, so there are many things that I'm kind of learning. So is taking a selfie. Okay, so my selfies look worse than a passport photograph. So what is the way to do it? What is the angle?
Well, you've come to the right place.
Okay.
I would have to say welcome to Selfistan because Selfistan is my Jan. The idea of taking a good selfie is the angle and the light.
Okay.
Okay. So now most of the people don't understand that taking a selfie sometimes, while it can from the bottom can be nice, but that's if you have light above you, because then you get a beautiful flare.
Okay.
But if you want to look slim and trim, which is what my purpose in life is constantly, please put the phone up
Okay.
and smile, and then your selfie's done.
Okay, I shall do that. I don't have my phone here, but I will try and practice.
I'm a selfie pro, so whenever you need any help, just call me.
Done. Done.
Okay, so I think my last question to you
Shoot.
would be that now, since I have expressed my desire to be a part of Sita, let's hypothetically, because it's the Ramchandra series,
Right.
let's talk about the first book.
Okay.
Who would you cast as Ram? Come on.
Man, you've caught me there. I have no clue. I haven't thought of it. How about
At the top of your head.
Ranveer Singh?
Nice.
Yeah?
Who would you cast
I
as
think
Sita?
he'll be good. You?
Now the third book's not out yet, so we'll wait for the third book to come out. Then answer the
Ravan
question.
is a, yeah.
Ravan's
The
a
third
good-
book is on Ravan, so I'm
Yeah.
not so sure who should play him.
That'll be a interesting one.
It's a very interesting. I'm having a lot of fun writing it. I'm kind of a quarter of the way through in the book right now. So
I have
he's
to
one
say,
crazy character.
That's what I'm saying. I have to say that'll be a very, very interesting part to play and a book to read. If I was a man, I would play Ravan. Okay.
And I think that so now just few more. And before we show the trailer to you guys, I wanted to present a copy of the book to you. This is the first one, Sign of Ikshvaku, and this Sita, Warrior of Mithila, for you.
Ranveer Singh and Alia Bhatt.
There you go.
Actually, it does look like Ranveer. I know he has really long hair.
Right now? Oh yeah, because
But
of the role
are you
that
going
he's
to
playing.
sign this book for me?
Of course I will. Of course I will. I'm an author without a pen. I will. Hopefully there's a pen somewhere. Someone throw a pen to me.
Autograph.
There you go. I'm certainly not going to be in the cricket team. And this pen doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Murphy's
this pen,
Law
guys.
today.
Come on.
Some more Murphy's
You have
Law.
injured the author.
There you go. Thank you. I hope you love this.
I got my copy, guys. I'm so excited. Yay. Wow.
Thank you.
I wish I had biceps like that.
Just a little bit of training, not too much. Okay, so and what we're going to do now, just to let you all guys also know that I think for the first time in nearly 40-50 years, we're going to do something interesting in publishing. We're going to have excerpts coming out every day from now till the launch of the book, 29th May.
Oh.
This used to be done by Agatha Christie.
Okay.
So there'll be like 500-600 words coming up on news18.com every day till May 29th. So people can get to read a little bit of the book, but not the entire book. For that you have to buy the book.
Of course. That's really nice. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Thoda.
It used to be done 120 years ago with Charles Dickens and all of them, but
it's like what we
civilization
do when
thing
we're
kind of
promoting
went
our films के
हाँ.
एक गाना दिखाते हैं फिर
थोड़ा.
एक डायलॉग प्रोमो फिर एक ऐसे glimpse
Correct.
फिर पिक्चर आगे देखो.
But the entire picture should not be leaked though.
No.
Yeah,
but वो
same
भी
with the
होता
book.
है.
Yeah,
वो भी होता है.
piracy मत करो. Okay. So what we're going to do now is going to press some button out here and some thingamajig is going to happen and the trailer is going to go up on Facebook. So 5, 4, 3, 2. There you go. And the trailer is up for you guys as well on Facebook Live. Thanks guys. Bye.
Thank you. Order, right? I can read them however I
This
want.
is because it's a multi-linear narrative. You can read this one and this one.
ठीक
Unlike
है.
the Shiva trilogy. where
Only
it
the
was a
fourth
common
book
thing.
maybe I'll have to.
Fourth
read.
book you have to read the first three. This is see the section breaks out here.
चाहती हैं या इसके अलावा कोई mythological character आपको पसंद है? अगर है तो क्यों?
I think I feel कि सीता एक कैरेक्टर है स्पेशली इन दिस बुक जो मैं प्ले कर सकती हूँ मुझे लगता है अगर बनाए तो क्योंकि इट इज़ बिफोर द होल स्टोरी दैट वी नो क्योंकि उसकी बर्थ से लेकर अब तक है सो दैट्स द इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ अ स्टोरी जिससे हम वाकिफ नहीं है विच वी डोंट रियली नो अबाउट जो विच आई ऑल्सो डोंट रियली नो अबाउट इस वजह से आई थिंक इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कैरेक्टर टू प्ले एंड ऑफ कोर्स द रामायणा तो हम सब जानते हैं इट्स वन ऑफ द मोस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट माइथोलॉजिकल स्टोरीज आई थिंक उसके अलावा मे बी ऑब्वियसली महाभारत पर आई हाउ लाइफ विद द्रौपदीज कैरेक्टर अगर पॉसिबल है तो मैं करूँगी
नहीं लेकिन ये एक बात सही कह रही हैं क्योंकि हमने रामायण जो अभी तक जो पढ़ा है जो भी ज़्यादातर पढ़ा है हमने सीता माँ के नज़रिए से रामायण को पढ़ा है रामायण का मतलब है रामायण मतलब राम जी की जर्नी तो जिसमें सीता माँ एक पात्र होती है यहाँ पे सीता माँ हीरो हैं
हाँ,
और
उनका एक
जो
पात्र है
प्रभु श्री राम एक पात्र होते हैं जो किताब के आखिरी एक तिहाई में आते हैं तो एकदम सही कह रही हैं कि ये सीता माँ की कहानी है
सीता की कौन सी क्वालिटी सीता माँ की आपको पसंद है जो आपको लगता है करनी चाहिए और आपकी अगर फिल्म करो तो रावण को आप मारेंगी या
जैसे कि उन्होंने अभी कहा है कि एक वर्जन में लिखा गया है कि सीता माँ ने ही रावण को मारा था तो अगर इनकी इजाज़त से और डायरेक्टर की इजाज़त से अगर वो पॉसिबल है तो मैं करना चाहूँगी क्योंकि वो जैसे लोग कहते हैं कि इस फिल्म में नया क्या है मैं बोलती हूँ इस फिल्म में नया ये है कि मैं मारूंगी और दूसरी बात ये है कि जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि हम सीता माँ का जो क्वालिटी है वो काफ़ी उनकी जो इंटेग्रिटी है हम काफ़ी अरसों से जानते हैं कि वो बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग वुमन है, बहुत ही, बट एक तरफ से उनका एक जो प्रोटेक्टिव वॉरियर साइड है वो हमने नहीं देखा है. इसलिए आई लाइक द फैक्ट कि अमीश ने इस बुक में उसको एक्सप्लोर किया और हमें एक्चुअली इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है कि सीता माँ वैसे भी हो सकती थी. एंड आई थिंक दैट्स फॉर मी मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग.
आलिया, अमीश दोनों से जानना चाहूँगा कि माइथोलॉजी की बात हो रही है. अभी बाहुबली फिल्म सेकेंड सीरीज आई है, बहुत बड़ी ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड हिट हो गई है. तो आप लोगों ने देखी और क्या राय है इस तरह की फिल्म जो मतलब उसमें माइथोलॉजिकल फील है फिल्म में, एग्जैक्टली माइथोलॉजी नहीं है.
ऑफ कोर्स.
क्या राय है, आप लोगों ने फिल्म देखी?
I mean, मुझे तो बहुत ही अच्छी लगी. आई थिंक इट इज़ एब्सोल्युटली फैंटास्टिक. और जिस तरह से हमारे बॉक्स ऑफिस को धड़ाम धड़ाम मार रही है अभी ये फिल्म, आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस आर जस्ट शॉक्ड. एंड ऑल्सो ये हमने एक एक्सपेक्ट किया था क्योंकि पहला पार्ट ही इतना बढ़िया था. देन द सेकेंड पार्ट वॉज जस्ट यू नो अनदर लेवल. और मैं तो फ़ैन हूँ राजा मौली की, प्रभास की, अनुष्का, यू नो राना. आई थिंक द होल विजन ऑफ द फिल्म is we live on this. I think as actors, as you know movie goers, हम इस पे strive करते हैं. ये हमारा bread and butter है, आप एक तरह से कह सकते हैं. तो जिस तरह की inspiration हमको मिली है after watching this film, और जो numbers आए हैं इस फिल्म की, जिस तरह से country ने react किया है, third week पे भी इतना, you know, it's doing so well. I think it's just हम I think क्यों ले सकते हैं इसमें से कि हम भी ऐसे कर सकते हैं. You can also अगर आपके पास vision है, then even you can achieve this. सो आई थिंक मैंने एक नया वर्ड कॉइन किया है बाहुबली के लिए. लोग कहते हैं ब्लॉकबस्टर. आई थिंक दिस इज अ रॉकबस्टर because it's going rock steady at the box office and it's rocking everybody's lives.
Who can in Bollywood can achieve that kind of film? Who can in Bollywood director?
I don't think ऐसे आप कोई, I think you just have to have the vision, you know, and I believe कि हमारे सारे directors they have the vision and they have the want. I think चाह होनी चाहिए to make a film like this. Every film cannot be a बाहुबली. We all know that क्योंकि सब फिल्म की टोन अलग होती है. पर अगर ये टोन चाहो और ये एक स्केल चाहो और एक कैनवस चाहो तो हो सकता है.
Guys, हम सिर्फ बुक लॉन्च के बारे में, फिल्म लॉन्च के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं, सीता के बारे में.
Sure. So, since we're talking about the book Sita, and as we see, she's more of a feminist character, and feminism is being the new F word that we're all talking about. So, would you tell us something about how much of a feminist are you, or even Amish sir, as a matter of fact, how much do you believe in that one F word?
You know, I think जैसे just to take from Amish's story himself, he said that, you know, he stays awake in the day and his wife stays awake all night. And then I spoke about equality there. I think if Amish and you can disagree with me, I don't think he will. But feminism doesn't mean एक गाली नहीं है और एक negative connotation भी नहीं है. I'm sure Amish can also be a feminist because anybody who believes in equality is a feminist. हमने I think overused.
And it's not, you know, I'm not saying there are some places in the West where feminism has almost become man-hating. That is negative. But that men and women should be equal is the most obvious thing in the world.
Yeah.
And there are our own ancient scriptures in India which say that gods abandon the land where women are not respected. This is in our own ancient scriptures. We need to speak of this loudly. By speaking of women's rights, by speaking of treating women as equals, we are not being westernized, we are not being less Indian, we are being more Indian.
Yes.
This is our own culture. This is our own ancient culture. We've forgotten it. We need to relearn it.
Coming back to exactly, bringing it back to Sita.
Yeah.
The first book is on Ram's journey and the second book is on Sita's journey.
Exactly.
They both have a journey.
Yeah.
You know, Ravan also has a journey.
Yeah, he has a journey.
But that we'll get to later.
Alia, hi, first of all, you're looking gorgeous today.
Thank you so much.
And Priyanka has been recently creating splash by wearing a bikini in Miami for Baywatch promotions. So I just wanted to know who created it. And the second thing is, according to you, how tough it is to wear a bikini on screen?
We won't take that question.
Can you ask? You have a question?
Alia, the book is all about Sita being a warrior
Yes.
and a strong woman, right? So
Yes.
what do you think in the modern times would be the characteristics of a strong woman? Like the present day Sita.
I think somebody who is not afraid to speak her mind, somebody who's not afraid for her choices and for her wants. What happens is, many times in life we believe that, at least not modern day, I would say any day, you know, even in the future, even in the past, we believe that we are our duty, this is our duty to do this, it's our job to do this. without having life being a job. You have only one job, and that's the job that you do for yourself, your career. Otherwise, your life is your life. So it cannot be your duty to be this way. If you don't want to do it, you will not do it. If you don't want to get married, you will not get married. If you don't want to have children, you won't. But if you want to, you will do. So I think it's not having fear, being fearless, coming back to Sita, like how she's fearless, she's a warrior, she's a protector. And at the end of the day, speaking about protection, protecting yourself, protecting your rights and your wants. Very passionate.
Well answered.
Alia, this is the first time you are associating yourself with a book launch. Why did you choose Amish?
I mean, first solo book launch, yeah. I have been associated once before, but it was for a fitness. I think, see, honestly, for me, I will say, a very random reader. I don't read, say, every night, but when I read, I really, like, I get very involved with the book. And the reason my kind of antlers went up when Amish got in touch with me is because I have read his book, The Immortals of Meluha, and I really loved it. I read it when I was, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but I was younger. And
Thank you. I'm for you too. Thanks for rubbing it in.
But it's been a thing where my mother, since I was a child, used to always come and say that, Alia, you must read this book. So all my reading influences are because of my mom. And she loved this book and she said, please read it. Because as we rightly said, you see Shiva in a completely different light. And it's so, contemporary, and you can really relate, and you can really relate to the character. So it's not like, it's not done in this over ostentatious way. It's just very relatable. And that gives you the information and gives you the story. So of course, I feel I today can relate to an author like Amish, and I love the fact that he takes on mythology, by the core. I was going to say something else, but by the core, and really, represents us and presents us in a way that we haven't seen before.
Guys,
एक सवाल, एक आखिरी सवाल, जब माइथोलॉजी की बात होती है तो आजकल जो दौर चल रहा है उसमें ये बताया जाता है कि माइथोलॉजी हिस्ट्री है, जैसे राम को लेकर आजकल बहुत कुछ हो रहा है, उस बारे में आपकी राय क्या है? जब हम लोगों को बताते हैं, जो पॉलिटिक्स करते हैं, तो बोलते हैं कि वो जो कुछ था माइथोलॉजी वही हिस्ट्री है, तो माइथोलॉजी को हिस्ट्री बताया जाता है, उसके बारे में कुछ?
देखिए, हमारे जो पूर्वज थे वो कहते थे कि भाई सत्य सिर्फ एक विषय पर हो सकता है, जो है गणित, मैथमेटिक्स, और किसी भी विषय में सत्य आपके नज़रिए पे निर्भर करता है. आप थियोरेटिकल फिजिक्स भी देख लें, उसमें भी इवन इन द इंटरप्रिटेशन of many of the boundaries, cutting edge of theoretical physics is becoming clear that you as an observer impact the truth that you see. Correct. There is the concept of parallel universes now. तो इसमें this entire debate की history truth है, mythology truth नहीं है, this is a nonsensical debate if you ask me. मेरा मानना ये है, I believe कि Lord Shiva, Lord Ram, Sita Ma, they were our ancestors. I believe that their blood flows in our veins. I believe that they are role models for us who inspire us to be better. But can I prove it? No. But I'm not trying to prove it. I'm not forcing my point of view on you. आपको विश्वास नहीं करना है, मत करिए. मुझे विश्वास है. मुझे विश्वास है उनके ऊपर. मैं इनकी पूजा करता हूँ. And I see them as role models and I try and learn from them. But there's no need to get into a fight कि आपको मेरी बात माननी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि that's not the Indian way in any case. मैं अपना नज़रिया मानूंगा, आप अपना नज़रिया मानिए. ठीक है?
No, I absolutely agree with him, and I think perspective की हम बात करते हैं. मैंने पहले भी कहा था, my father also told me there is no such thing as absolute truth, क्योंकि हर एक का एक perspective अलग होता है. जब आप बुक रीड कर रहे हो, जब आप फिल्म देख रहे हो, आपका perspective अलग है, मेरा perspective अलग है. तो obviously with the matter of mythology, तो that can vary from time to time. But one thing I want to add is, even those who say don't believe in mythology, अगर आप बुक पढ़े, वो जो आपको एक godly sense है, वो I think it's very relatable. So that it's not about God, it's about how they're idols and role models, and you can really look up to them. And I think that's the essence of what you bring to the mythology series.
Guys, that was the last question with Alia and Amish. Now we'll start one-on-ones with Amish.
Thanks guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, everyone.